If there ever was such a thing as a company that could do almost anything, well, Tennessee Properties is it. These guys know how to completely transform your existing home into something new, or just do it room by room. That's Tennessee Properties. Visit Tennessee.com or phone 931-244-4602.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your evening update.
We've had mostly sunny skies across the Tennessee Valley on this Monday with high pressure in control, but it's starting to shift off to the east now, and some high clouds are starting to sneak into the area. That's the very first signs that we do have some sensible weather changes on the way, but we really don't see any impactful weather until we get into tomorrow night and Wednesday morning, when it does look like we will have a little bit of wintry weather to deal with. Now, I will say up front immediately, and I want to make this very clear, we have no reason to believe that this is going to be a major winter storm in our part of the Tennessee Valley in southern Middle Tennessee or northwest Alabama or northeast Mississippi. Farther to the north, yes, there are winter storm warnings near and north of I-40, including the Nashville metro area, but that's outside of our viewing area. That's off to the north of us. Our local region, it's more of what we would call a nuisance type of event. We do think travel problems are certainly possible, both Tuesday overnight and Wednesday morning. There may be some brief improvement Wednesday afternoon, but then as we get really cold Wednesday night, we have to worry about refreezing. So yes, we are talking about some travel problems being possible, especially bridges and overpasses and secondary roadways. However, this does not look like a major accumulation event. We're talking about light snow accumulations of 1/2 inch to up to 2 inches in a few areas, although most folks will likely stay under that. And some parts in North Alabama likely won't even see 1/2 inch. We'll show you the snowfall accumulation map in just a moment. What I'm showing you now is the counties we have currently under a winter weather advisory that goes into effect tomorrow night through noon on Wednesday. It includes all of our southern Middle Tennessee counties and back into Tishomingo County, Mississippi in our viewing area. North Alabama not yet included in an advisory. National Weather Service in Huntsville will be reevaluating that overnight. They could add an advisory to some parts of North Alabama. We will have that information overnight and tomorrow morning. Once that is updated, then we see exactly where that lines up across the area. Here's Futurecast starting tonight. Now, no impactful weather tonight other than some temperatures into the 20s. Be mostly clear overnight to partly cloudy. A few high thin clouds across the area. Mid to upper 20s for overnight lows with a north wind of 5 to 7. Partly cloudy as we head to the day tomorrow, but clouds will be increasing across the area. Daytime highs in the mid to upper 40s across southern Middle Tennessee. Upper 40s to knocking on the door of 50 across a large part of North Alabama, but clouds increasing by the afternoon. And then by 10 o'clock, we may start to see some light precipitation move into the area, but some of this may not be reaching the ground. But I think once we get past 1 o'clock, we will likely see a light snow or wintry mix reaching the ground over a large part of the area. And then a wintry mix of snow, sleet, and rain south of the Tennessee River in North Alabama, where temperatures are much more marginal. This does not look like a really heavy event by any means, but I do expect some accumulation. And then once we get into the late morning and midday, this tapers off, and we're left with cold temperatures as we head into Wednesday in the teens as we head into Wednesday night. Now, if you watched my live at 5, you know my snowfall graphic messed up. They couldn't fix it live. Here's what I was trying to show you during the 5 o'clock show. This is our forecast snow totals graphic here for late Tuesday night in the Wednesday morning. The areas of light blue across the southern Tennessee part of our viewing area, down to about Cherokee to Muscle Shoals to Athens in North Alabama, and back through a large part of Tishomingo County, Mississippi. Anywhere, it's a range, pay attention to the range and not just the high value, anywhere from a 1/2 inch to isolated areas up to possibly 2 inches. I think for a large part of this is a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, but there could be some isolated areas, especially north of Highway 64 in Tennessee, that are over 1 inch, maybe approaching 2 in isolated areas. North of our viewing area in the dark blue, that's 2 to 4 plus, but that's outside of our viewing area. Now, once we get down here south of the Tennessee River in the white zones, south of Muscle Shoals, south of Athens, now through parts of Franklin County, Lawrence County, Alabama, Morgan County, Alabama, southern limestone. That's anywhere from a dusting to as much as isolated spots, possibly up to an inch, but I think it's really minor. And there may be some areas down here that because it mixes in with rain and melts and such, it's not even able to accumulate in some locations here in these areas. So this is a minor snow event, but some travel impacts are certainly possible. Once we get to Wednesday afternoon, this is kicking on out of here, but we have cold weather lasting for the rest of the work week for a few days. I think by Thursday night and Friday morning, we're actually flirting with upper single digits for morning lows. Thursday afternoon, likely to not even get out of the 20s for daytime highs, but we do start to moderate things going into the weekend. Here's the temperature trend the next 7 days. We're into the 40s tomorrow, flirting around that freezing mark for our Wednesday. And then the best we do Thursday is daytime highs in the upper 20s. Notice the overnight lows there, and that's a midpoint average between southern Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama. You get into southern Middle Tennessee, especially north of Highway 64, and some of our colder spots like Murray County and Marshall County and northeastern Giles County. I think Friday morning, those zones are in the upper single digits, not wind chills, but for morning lows. But we do start to turn it around quickly going into the weekend, and by Monday, the latest data suggests us near 60 for a daytime high. So yes, there will be some cold this week, but it won't last terribly long. Chilly tonight, dropping through the 30s this evening down into the mid to upper 20s for morning lows toward daybreak with, we'll call it partly cloudy skies. Increasing clouds tomorrow, daytime highs in the 40s. The snow and wintry mix starts late overnight tomorrow night into the morning hours of Wednesday. Yes, travel impacts are possible. Yes, light snow accumulation is likely across some parts of the area, as we talked about, but not everybody in all 14 counties is going to see snow accumulation, especially once you get in North Alabama, south of the Tennessee River. It's a lot less likely you're going to see anything appreciable, and it's not expected to be a major event. I want to make that very clear. As we get into Thursday, limited sunshine, daytime highs in the upper 20s. Really cold here, teens, if not single digits, as we head into Wednesday night and especially Thursday night and Friday morning. And then we start to moderate the temperatures into the weekend, and we're back to mild weather for the start of next week. That's the Look Your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 9 o'clock for a final check of your local weather.